Sometimes the most important lessons in life come quietly, without warning, without drama. This is the story of Thomas Reed, a simple man who believed that doing the right thing would always bring peace. Thomas lived in a small town where everyone knew everyone. He wasn't rich, famous, or powerful, but he was known for one thing: his kindness. Whenever someone needed help, Thomas was there. He lent money without interest, offered advice without judgment, and gave time without expecting anything in return. People respected him, or at least that's what he believed. Thomas had one daughter, Emily. She was ambitious, intelligent, and eager to build a better life. When she decided to move to the city for her career, Thomas supported her without hesitation. He helped pay her rent, covered her expenses during difficult months, and reassured her whenever she felt overwhelmed. "I believe in you," he would say. "Just focus on your dreams." At first, Emily called often. She shared her struggles, her progress, her fears. Thomas listened with pride, even when the house felt too quiet after she left. But slowly, things began to change. The calls became shorter, the messages less frequent, and eventually, weeks passed without any contact. Thomas told himself she was busy. After all, success demands sacrifice. One day, a neighbor mentioned seeing photos online. Emily had been promoted. There was a celebration. Smiling faces, bright lights, new friends. Thomas wasn't there. He felt a strange ache in his chest. Not anger, not sadness, just a quiet realization. Life was moving forward, and somehow he had been left behind. Still, he said nothing. Months later, Emily called unexpectedly. Her voice was stressed. "Dad, I need help. Things are complicated right now." Without asking questions, Thomas agreed. He sent money, reassured her, and told her everything would be fine. But after that call, silence returned, heavier than before. That night, Thomas sat alone, staring at the walls of his modest home. For the first time, he asked himself a difficult question. When was the last time someone asked how I was doing? Days passed. Then weeks. No calls. No messages. No updates. Thomas stopped reaching out. Not out of anger, but clarity. He began focusing on himself. He started walking every morning, reading books he had long ignored, reconnecting with old friends. Slowly, he felt lighter, stronger. Then one evening, Emily showed up at his door. She looked surprised, not by his presence, but by his calm. "You didn't answer my calls," she said. Thomas nodded gently. "I was listening," he replied. She didn't understand. So he continued, "Sometimes silence helps us hear the truth. I helped you because I love you. But love shouldn't erase the person giving it." Emily looked away. For the first time, she saw her father not as a support system, but as a human being. They talked long into the night, about expectations, about boundaries, about respect. It wasn't easy, but it was honest. When Emily left, nothing magically changed overnight. But something important had shifted. Thomas no longer measured his worth by how much he gave. He understood that peace comes from balance, not sacrifice alone. And Emily learned that success means nothing if you forget the people who stood by you when you had nothing.